And let's talk about Chiron Retrograde. From July 26th to December 29, we're dealing with Chiron Retrograde in Aries, which is parallel wounds of the past and the present. Now, Chiron transit, we are wounded, all right? And we might feel like a fresh wound is really occurring in this moment, in where we are standing now, and that we are sort of being broken open. However, examining the situation, we will find out that it's just actually something that reminds us of a painful moment from the past. And in fact, it's this past wound that has kind of surged up, shown itself to blend in with one that we're dealing with currently. So the nature of a Chiron transit is that we experience both of these wounds at once. And that might not be apparent. It might be hard to see, okay? And really, consciousness and self-reflection is required in order to piece together this past and the present. So through our woundings, Chiron really alerts us to our need for healing in the present in order to become fully present again. And, when we look at retrogrades, Chiron in particular is said to have us enter our underworld in order to alchemize it. And we also have Pluto retrograde at the moment, which is the underworld and alchemizing pain. So we sort of enter into this underworld of our childhood wound story, and we are asked to alchemize it, alchemize that pain into power. And you really get to meet parts of yourself that make it through, all right, and have made it through already through those experiences that hurt you, the experiences that sort of opened you up in a really brutal way a lot of the time, and really kind of hardened our spirits and our capabilities of love. And these were just experiences that as children we didn't really know how to tend to, all right? So let's look at what it means for you. So this is Aries Chiron placements or Aries rising. And really, we're looking at our wounds to our independence, okay? So get your birth chart, have a look. If you are a rising or a Chiron, that's what we're talking about. So Aries rising or Chiron placement, you're kind of being reminded here that you are the medicine, all right? You need to bring your focus to the present. You need to accept your perspective of being whole as correct, and you need to sort of look at what stops you from taking the lead and where you have given your power away to things that are out of your control, all right? And when you look at your childhood, you need to be looking for a situation where you sort of felt at the mercy of, a dominant personality around you, your parents, your teachers. And look within those moments, okay? Because you are being asked now to take the reins and to really see how you don't have to be that child anymore, okay? So Taurus rising or Taurus Chiron, you're really being called back to your spiritual self, okay? This is like a doorway opening to really deepen up your relationship with your spiritual side. And you need to look at what has made you feel insecure, what has made you feel lack, and allowed that lack mentality to affect your confidence, all right? And looking into your childhood at situations where you probably experienced lack or losing people and things, and really choose now to understand that you can create stability in your life by making your own practical and wise decisions and not needing to rely on anybody else. So Gemini rising or Gemini Chiron placement, you're kind of being asked to connect with people, with your audience, right? Really look at what it is that has kept you from teaching, writing, telling your story, and really look at where the fear of those things has stopped you from using your voice. And looking into your childhood, we are looking for places where it was probably not safe for you to speak your mind, and understand that these days you can choose to reach out to others and communicate. You can choose those people as well. So use that skill. Cancer rising or Cancer Chiron placement, you need to claim your place, babe, okay? Confront what has kept you from having the structure of life that you want, right? Where have you kept yourself tiny and small in order to stay safe? And really see how that's blocked you from having the home, work, life, partner, all of those things that you've been desiring. Look at your childhood situations and look for places where it probably wasn't safe to stand out, to be seen, to be recognized, right? And now, these days in the present, you are needing to choose to become more visible to the world and to really make your accomplishments known, all right? Have your voice. Leo rising or Leo Chiron, we're exploring through being a bit risky, all right? You need to confront what it has been that's kept you from expanding your horizons, where fear of the unfamiliar has kept you from adventure, all right? When you're looking at your childhood, you want to look at situations where you were taught that taking a risk would lead to humiliation, would lead to failure, or at worst, maybe even lead to real danger, to be honest. And really choose now to go beyond your comfort zone, right? Be renewed, have a new sense of optimism and a new lust for life, and just do it. Virgo rising or Virgo Chiron, we need to kind of practice this intimacy, all right, darling? Confront what has kept you from deepening your relationships, likely where fear of revealing yourself or this self-perceived revealing of yourself and your imperfections has kept you from really experiencing an authentic connection, all right? Now, in your childhood situations, you want to look to places where you were made to feel that you had to behave perfectly in order to receive love, okay? And realize that these days you can choose to see your closest relationships as a work in progress, never perfect. And, you know, from that place, share who you really are. People can't love you if you do not show them who you really are. Libra rising, Libra Chiron placement. We need to start balancing, obviously. So you need to confront what has kept you from having, a mutually satisfying relationship. Like, where has your fear of upsetting something, tipping something up, being the problem, where has that fear kept you from having a sense of balance in your closest relationships and partnerships? Look to your childhood situations at where you were probably shown that in order to have a relationship, you had to give something up. You had to sacrifice something or disown a part of yourself or hide a part of yourself, all right? And then realize that these days you can ask your friends for the things that you need. You can ask your partner for the things that you need, and that you actually deserve to have those needs met. And, from that, you'll find like a sense of fairness in your relationships, and you'll be able to be your full self. Scorpio rising, Scorpio Chiron. We're looking at your skills, all right? We are looking at your skills. You need to confront what has really kept you from sharing your skills, your very considerable skills. Like, where has your fear of your ability to impact things, to transform things, your fear of, just the hiding your light, right? Why are you hiding your light? That's what Chiron wants you to look at. And this is going to be coming from a childhood situation where you're probably shamed for one of your abilities, or, made to feel as if some part of your power was something to be feared, situations where you should have been praised instead, right? Now, you need to choose today to be proud of your skills and to offer them to other people in service. Through doing that, there's like a deeper satisfaction in your work that will come, all right? Sagittarius rising or Sagittarius Chiron, it's playtime, baby, all right? You need to confront what has kept you from experiencing childlike play and the release that comes from that. Where has fear of wasting time kept you from giving yourself play? All right. Look to your childhood situations in which you were made to feel as though, your childlike expression and your, optimistic exuberance for life, where they were unwelcome, where you were too loud, too much, too this, too that. All right. Really choose to find some unstructured, unplanned time in your life to explore fun and get back to having fun, because you need to experience joy. Okay. Capricorn rising, Capricorn Chiron. We're kind of opening our heart up here. You need to confront what has been keeping you from fully being able to enjoy and relax and exhale into your emotional connections, particularly within a home situation. All right. Where has fear kept you from asking for what you really need from those in your family type people? Now look at your childhood situations. All right. Where were you made to feel like you couldn't trust? All right. where you couldn't trust or rely on anybody, right? Where you had to take care of yourself. Look at those places. And you really need to understand that these days you can discern who has, stayed with you, stood the test of time, become trustworthy. You get to decide those people, and they can become your real family. And you should be able to share your burdens and your negative emotions with them, and you should be able to ask them for help. Okay, you have control over that now. Aquarius rising, Aquarius Chiron. We are looking for you to share your weirdness, darling. You need to confront why you have been hiding your weird way of thinking, unique way of thinking away. Where has fear kind of made you attempt to fit into somebody else's box and stay quiet? You need to look at your childhood situations in which you were told that your ideas were weird, crazy, over the top. No one, that's unachievable, those sorts of places, all right? And you need to choose to share your ideas and your opinions and perceptions, in order to bring change. That's your purpose now. You've been activated by Pluto as well. So through being able to offer change and other opinions, there's a fulfillment that comes and a positive impact that comes from speaking your truth. And Pisces rising or Chiron, you're at self-acceptance here, all right? You've got a lot going on, but now you need to sort of confront what has kept you from accepting yourself, where fear has sort of kept you setting a bar higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And how that bar that keeps going higher, it kind of continually stops you from understanding and loving yourself, all right? So look at where you were really made to feel like your essence was an unacceptable way to be in some way, okay? And know that you can choose to love and accept every part of you for who you are now. Chiron is here to shake things up and heal wounds. So good luck. Hit me up if you would like me to help you with some of this. I can do a birth chart analysis. We can do some astrological counselling. You can find that on my website. Chiron Retrograde until December. Good luck. Stay weird.